Hi everybody, Tammy here, and I have another card share. I actually had forgotten that I had this other pink ink design stamp, and it's from the same collection of the sewing machine that I showed yesterday on my completed card. So it's the So Lovely Needles and Pins series, and I'm going to look and see if they have other stamps in this series because these are so much fun to create with. I had used her before in an art journal that I did, and I colored her actually with my pencils. I think they're Prisma colors, and she was fun to do. But it's been a while since I got this stamp out and worked with it. So you can see here. Here is the stamp, and she's quite large, and then it has a cute sentiment, which you'll see on my card, and then it has all of these little sewing themed stamps that come with this collection. So yeah, I love this brand. Their stamps are just wonderful. So I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to show you how she turned out. So this is my second, I'm going to call this a series, my pink ink design series, I guess, for Anna's hashtag Sew and Love February series. So, and I'm going to do a few more of her and a few more of the sewing machine in different colors just to see how it turns out. But here, I'll bring her up closely. I used Copic markers, and I used a whole bunch of colors, and I have them all right here, some that I used, and then I was overflowing into another little cup. So I used a lot of colors to achieve all of the different, she has a lot going on, as you can see. And I actually added some real buttons where her little buttons were. You can see on the design here, she's got quite a few buttons in her hair and all sorts of, sewing things. So I thought it added dimension to actually go through my button stash and pick out some colors that matched, how I colored the buttons, and actually added some, so it gives it a 3D effect. So she's got a few buttons. She's got one up here on the top with some gold, Matilda gold thread going through there. And then she's got a couple more on each side, just two more, one on each side. And I used Tilda paper again, and it was from, let's see, the Tiny Treasures paper pad. And I actually used the reversed paper. This is actually blue and white polka dot, and the reverse was the star, the little tiny stars that I used for the sewing machine yesterday. So they kind of coordinate, kind of, sort of. I definitely went with a darker color scheme for her. With the burgundy, I kind of wanted to bring out the part of her little hairdo. Actually, doesn't that look like yarn? So I tried to follow the color scheme on the package because I love how that blue and red kind of look good together as a ball of yarn, but it's actually her hair. And she's got needles. What is that? Knitting needles. And she's got a little crochet hook going through there. Now, I did have to cut her down, so parts of her, like this little embroidery floss skein, the loop is cut off because I wanted her to fit on a normal size card. So when I did her in my art journal, I did the whole stamp, and I could get that out, but I have to get up from my chair here, and I'm going to do that another time. But I used the Posca pen for her eyes to get them nice and white, and then I decided I liked her with green eyes, so I kept the green eye look, using, of course, the Copics. And yeah, I just used a lot of different colors, and a lot of my Wink of Stellas to kind of get some shimmer, which I don't know if you can see, but she's got shimmer going through the yarn here. She's got shimmer on her hair. She probably has some shimmer. Let's see. Oh, some of the little buttons that are colored up with the Copics, I put some shimmer. Here's some little thread spools. She's got some shimmer on those. And yeah, so she was fun to color up. And then I also used, this is tea dye, the Distress Oxide Spray from Ranger. I used that. I started out with this on some good quality paper to stamp my image on. So I sprayed the paper because I knew I wanted her complexion. I didn't want it to be stark white, and I didn't want to have to Copic color her complexion, so I cheated and I used the tea dye. But I like the look that it gives her. You know, it just adds another element to our artsy, craftsy ways that we like to do things. And then I used a stencil. I used the stencil after I got her all colored up. She has Kitsch Flamingo on her cheeks. And I just used a blending brush with my Distress Oxide to give her some nice cheek color. And then I used this little stencil, and you know what? I do not know who this is by, but I use this a lot. And I just like the design. You know, you can move it around. It's got some nice dots. It's got numbers. And then it has like this, I call it like a quilted pattern, and so you can see, you know, just here and there around her, I did different parts of this stencil. And I used the ink color. What was it? I think it was Salvaged Patina. Yep. My Distress Oxide in Salvaged Patina. So these are my two favorite colors. And of course I have a green that I really like, but so I used the stencil. I just can't remember where I got that, but I love it. And then, oh, you know, I used my new dies. I am loving this die set. So it's this one, and let's see, what else did I use? Oh, we'll show you the inside. So, okay, she's got dimension. I popped her up so she sits up a little higher than the frame, and you can see it's got the stitching going around, and then her piece of cardstock that I colored her up on and stamped her out on also has stitching going around it. And then I decided to put a little heart down here because for hashtag Sew and Love February, you have to do a sewing theme, you know, have stitches or sewing or whatever, and you also have to have love or a heart. So I decided to add this cute little pink, or no, it's not pink, it's blue, little blue heart that I kind of thought went well with the Salvage Patina color, and just as a little kind of statement heart down there in the corner. And then when you open her up, I decided at the very last minute to put a little primitive heart inside and do some of Anna's stitching that her faux stitching that she does with her tracing wheel. And that takes practice because mine, I don't think my tracing wheels are the same because they tend to leave little dots instead of stitch marks. So, and you probably can't even see it on there. I don't think you can. But anyways, it was fun to do, and might have to get the same sort of tracing wheel to get the little stitch marks, I'm thinking, because I think that's such a cute little addition to cards that Anna does. And then this sentiment was with this collection, the So Lovely collection, and it says, "I might look like I'm listening, but in my head, I'm sewing." Isn't that cute? I just love it. And you know, here I'm using one of those green cards that I got from Hobby Lobby clearance. I love these things. So probably going to use those up. And I think green's okay because she has some green. She's got green eyes. You know, she's got some green little flowers. And so I thought green was okay. It's a colorful card. And then the back, these little buttons were also in that stamp collection. So I just stamped a couple little buttons and then I signed it. So it was really fun to do. But I am going to check and see if they have other stamps in this collection because I need them. I need them all. It was a lot of fun to play with it this morning. So that is all I have. So thank you so much for tuning in and your sweet comments. And be sure to do a search for hashtag Sew in Love February so that you can see everybody's beautiful creations. It's so much fun. I did a lot of catching up this morning, but I still have tons of videos to watch and catch up on to support everybody that's doing it. So until next time, I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.